Everybody, it's your boy Linkoy Warrior Kamal, and I am back with another video. And today I am this Throwback Thursday review. This is the game I am going to be reviewing. I know a lot of y'all remember this game right here. It's for Nintendo 64. It is WCW vs. NWO Revenge. And it's rated E for everyone. And the people who created the game, who made the game, is THQ. I don't think THQ no longer makes wrestling games. They might, I'm not sure. But probably not. And on the front cover of the game, you see the Hulkster Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, his friend Kevin Nash on the front cover, Hulk Hogan friend Kevin Nash on the front cover, Raven also on the front cover of the game, and you got Bill Goldberg, who is also on the front cover. Now, one of the things I like about this game is that it's rated E for everyone. Obviously, it's on Nintendo 64. That's another thing I like about the game, and it's made by THQ. And also, another thing that I like about WCW vs. NWO Revenge is who all they got on the front cover of the game. Another thing I like about WCW vs. NWO Revenge is that in the settings you could turn off some of the settings if you don't want them on, or you can turn them on if they're turned off. That's another thing I like about WCW vs. NWO Revenge. Another thing I like about WCW vs. NWO Revenge is it has legends on there like Goldberg, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, K-Dog, Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, Chris Jericho, the Steiner brothers, Raven, Booker T, and Stevie Ray of the Harlem Heat, Macho Man Randy Savage, Scotty Riggs, just to name a few of the legends that they have on WCW vs. NWO Revenge. That's another thing I like about it. Another thing I like about WCW vs. NWO Revenge is that each wrestler on WCW vs. NWO Revenge has more than one outfit. They have multiple outfits. That's another thing I like about WCW vs. NWO Revenge. I also thought that was pretty cool. Another thing I like about WCW versus NWO Revenge, I like the arenas on WCW vs. NWO Revenge. That's another thing I thought was pretty cool about WCW vs. NWO Revenge. Another thing I thought was pretty cool about WCW vs. NWO Revenge is that you can fight on the outside of the ring wrestle on the outside of the ring if you want to. Another thing I like about WCW versus NWO Revenge is the graphics. I like the graphics, and I think that they did a pretty good job as far as like the graphics for WCW vs NWO Revenge. That's another thing I like about WCW versus NWO Revenge. Another thing I like about WCW versus NWO Revenge is that it's like they have like a variety of stages that you could pick from, different stages on multiple different arenas on WCW vs NWO Revenge. That's another thing I like. And another thing that I like about WCW vs NWO Revenge is that they got more than one faction. They got every faction that was in WCW, but when WCW still existed. This game right here. That's another thing I like about this game. Another thing I like about this game right here is that when you're wrestling at an arena, you're having a no disqualification match, like, you can actually pick weapons out of the crowd, like a bat or a stop sign or a steel chair, to beat your opponent up with on WCW vs NWO Revenge. Another thing I like about WCW versus NWO Revenge is that you could make your opponent bleed in wrestling matches on this game right here. And also, another thing I like about WCW versus NWO Revenge is that you can have tag team matches on it. You can have triple threat matches on WCW vs NWO Revenge, and also you can have a battle royal, like a 30-man or 40-man or 50-man or something, somewhere around that area, battle royal. Plus, another thing I like about WCW versus NWO Revenge is that they have a variety of modes that you can pick to wrestle in on WCW vs NWO Revenge, which I also thought was pretty dope and pretty cool. Now, if I had to rate this game right here on a scale of 1 to 10, I would definitely give it a 10, because WCW vs NWO Revenge is a classic. If you have a Nintendo 64 and you don't have this game right here, I highly recommend you order this game at Amazon.com. If you don't have this game and you have a Nintendo 64, because this is a must-have right here. This is a classic. It's a 10. Now, if you're new to the channel and you're not already subscribed, Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Also, click that notification bell so you will be notified every time I upload videos to this channel. Like this video, share this video, and have a wonderful day.